Whenever I first started trading, it took me a very, very long time before I actually pulled money out of the account into my bank account. And for a lot of people who start trading in this age of prop firms, it takes them a while just to even get funded. And then when they get funded, a lot of people end up losing the account and they think that this makes them a bad trader. Well, that's not the case. And in today's video, I'm gonna show you how this trader, in just 6 months, from not knowing ICT, not knowing how to trade, from just being a complete crypto degenerate, went from that to getting funded, losing it. But whenever he got funded, he told me, he said, I'm not gonna give up, and whenever we talk next, I'm gonna have a payout. So I'm gonna show you the story today, how he went from blowing accounts to getting his first funded payout. I'm gonna show you the full exact strategy he used, help you learn the lessons that he learned, and show you exactly how you can do the same thing.
Eraza, brother, what is good?
It's good, man. How are you?
Good, bro.
How's everything?
Good. Just chilling. I've been playing around with my new toy, my smart board, so that's been fun.
I looked at it. I was like, that looks like a giant whiteboard. I love it.
Yeah, dude, it's fun because, I don't know, I'm a big believer of putting out anything you think on paper. It helps a lot.
I got a whiteboard, but it's in Lisbon. It's not here, so but I want to get one, a big one as well. Just like putting the thoughts there as well. Same thing.
Hell yeah, bro. Well, dude, first off, I just want to say congratulations. The last time we were on one of these calls,
Thank you.
you had showed me, you got funded, but now you actually got a payout, right? What counts, and you even said back then, I'm not going to celebrate till I get the payout. And I told you you're on the way, and you kept at it, and here we are.
Here we are, finally. After half a year, but the work has been put in, and just steamrolls from now, I guess.
Hell yeah,
Finally.
man. Well, dude, tell me
Feels
Go ahead. My bad. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. Yeah, I was just saying that. Just now, I just continue doing the work, and eventually just steamroll into bigger wins, I guess.
Hell yeah, bro. So, dude, tell the story. Like, you've already told me, I know the story, but for those watching, tell, basically, where you were at before you joined, and then what got you from, starting to getting funded, now to getting a payout. Like, what do you think, big milestones in that journey? What are the big turning points for you?
So initially, with the mentorship, I used to just trade like crypto. I used to see like macro data in fundamental analysis. I used no stop loss, just long or short, and I would get amazing months and then just lose it all over, basically. So that's boom bust phase, I have no idea about ICT, about trading overall, except just I think it's going up because I saw that macro data and I just long, and that's horrible. So I joined the mentorship and I went from little to nothing of ICT to getting funded after 3-4 months of putting the work because of you, because you've changed everything for me. I've learned all of ICT. I've learned how to simplify everything. I've learned to think probabilistically. And then I got funded in January. It was in January. I used like a simple model. It was just like a unicorn model, a 15-minute gap to a 1-minute unicorn back then. And then I started like adding a lot of stuff. So that was my problem. I love complexity, always have. That's not a good thing. I started adding SSMTs and SMT and then liquidity rate, but then that, and then that, and then it wasn't consistent in my mind, So that's why that first account, I lost it. And then I realized, okay, complexity doesn't work for me. I need simplicity. And then I went back to the same initial model, a 15-to-1, but instead of like a unicorn, I used UC entry. And then because of all the things I've learned, I use all of that to improve my bias, because that's what makes the model work. Like, there's no mechanical things out there. Like, even though the entry model is mechanical, the bias, the discretionary part of it, is what makes all the work, honestly. Because if you just put models in, you, right, as you say, might as well just have a bot and just trade for you, right? That's impossible almost. So my bias is almost like a 70 to 80% wait rate, and then I just do like the model in it. That's how it is. Just wait for the trade, do it. It fails, okay, I have more tomorrow. And that's it. That's what I've been doing.
And that's the key, man, and I think everybody goes on that journey, right, where the main struggle you face at first is not knowing enough, but then the main struggle quickly becomes either knowing or doing too much. You know what I mean? And that's why trading, there's such a learning curve. Like it's not like anything else. Usually everything else you're kind of like you don't know anything and you just increasingly get better. Trading, you usually have that Dunning-Kruger effect where you get really good and then you go through the valley of doom, right?
Yeah.
And
I was there.
yeah, but you powered through it, man. So And that realization, you always come back to like simplicity is key. You come back to realizing that the things that make you successful are things that you actually knew very early on, but you venture out and try different things. So, whenever you started, would you say, you at first it was risk management and not having a system. But then once you got to that point where you had your model, but then daily bias and SMT and all these things got in the mix, what was really just the turning point for you to just decide to like, hey,
Let's go back to simplicity.
Yeah.
The thing is that every trade just seemed different. It seemed like I had nothing like I knew so much things that I had like analysis paralysis. I would think like the bias was long and then it was short, and I would mix everything up and then value the information I've gotten like earlier, like the SMTs or the divergences, all that things, and then I would make them is in terms of priority more than the framework of the session, the time frame alignment, and the other things that we've learned in the beginning that are more important than the newer things, and I'll give them more value than that. And so that my priorities were mixed, were like upside down, and I realized, okay, so I'm mixing everything up. I'm not being consistent in what I'm doing, so I need to go back. And then that's what I did. And then I use time frame alignments. I use always weekly to 4 hours, 15 minutes into one, because the model is 15 to 1. That's what I do. So I just every day charts weekly. I see my bias. I see on ES and YM as well, and then I go to the 4 hours. Same thing, 15, 1 minute. That's
Nice, dude. Nice. So
that's it. Yeah.
what do you think was like the biggest turning point in the mentorship that kind of just like was like just a list of like aha moments that you just were like, oh, I get that now?
A lot of them. Like I can't even describe all of them because I knew nothing back then. So initially, like probabilistic mindset was one that lesson just hit me like a drug because I was like, damn, okay, so we're trying to be perfect out here, but if I can just have data that I can make more money in most of the trades, and then even if I lose some, I can still make money long term. I'm like, okay, so losing is not a problem. And then I see like you, Ethan, FTX Edge, and all those killers out there, and they don't care about losing. They just keep doing the same trades and the same things, and I'm okay. So this is the pattern here, right? Okay. So this is what I have to do. That was one of the biggest shifts in terms of mindset. In terms of trading, IRL to ERL as well, and impulse structure and range structure and all that stuff that I had no idea about. And displacement as well. Displacement is everything.
Displacement is everything, man. Yeah.
It's everything.
Got displacement.
Every time I'm like, I mean, we might joke about it, but every time I try to forget about displacement. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
Every time I forget about displacements, and then I go back to like newer things and stuff, and I start not noticing it, not looking at it as much, and then I realize, okay, like if there's a price hitting a fair value gap and it's respecting it very much, and then on the 1 minute it displaces the other side, like displacement is everything, like honestly.
It really is because at the end of the day, like you in ICT or just trading in general, there's so many questionable things. Like it's just kind of like, oh, is this my setup forming? And if you have that one way of trading, which is responsive displacement-based trading, and you embody it and you see everything for what it is as it's happening, everything becomes clear. And all the stuff that you were overthinking kind of evaporates, and there's not the guesswork, there's not the stress or the suspense anymore. It's just sitting back and letting the probabilities play out. So it's beautiful to see, your journey where I watched you come in. You were that crypto degen. You were yield farming. I was like, oh, this guy. I need to learn some yield farming stuff. Yeah, you're still on that.
Still doing that.
And
farming, yeah.
Yeah, and then it went to okay. I'm starting to be more, organized and focus on this. We're failing some challenges. Got funded, and then was that challenge? Was that time you got funded? Did you end up losing that and get funded again and getting the payout, or was it the same thing?
Yeah. I lost that account. Yeah, I lost that.
And you didn't give up.
No, it's just I lost that account, and basically, I got to draw down to like 100, to get to lose the account, and I was just like going up and then going down and going up and going down. I battled that account for like 3 months. Then I eventually lost it, and then I went for another account and then funded, again. So now I'm with 150K accounts, 150K accounts, 250Ks. And now I have another challenge for 150K account. Now it's just scaling, basically. So, yeah.
Awesome,
I'm
dude.
also another one trade away from another payouts in one of my accounts. So
Let's
I just
go. That was one of my
yeah,
next questions. I was like, how's it going? Is it, because
yeah,
once you get the payout, you've really won. A lot of people, I think that the main goal is trying to like either scale the account or other, and it's like that's cool, but we got to look at it like a bankroll, right? Like once you
yeah,
make money and you pull your money out, you can then filter that to other accounts, filter that back into accounts. But it's all about making money because so many traders they never actually make money, right? And it's crazy.
yeah.
So to get to that point where you've gotten a payout is just huge. So if you had to say one thing, I know there's a lot of aha moments.
Yeah.
One thing, one realization, one pivotal point in your journey that took you from I'm funded but I can't make any money to now getting payouts, what would it be?
Uh, One thing would be the bias is everything. So you need to be fluid in your approach in the markets, but the entry you can just for me specifically for me, I use a very not mechanical entry based model, but like the entry is very with it. It's only that, but what makes it work, it's all the things around it. It's bias and probabilistic mindset. So you just have to focus on being fluid in the markets and just getting out of your way. That's it. Getting out of your way. If you get out of your way, you have a fluid bias and you make your model and you make your money and that's it. Just
Dude,
let go. Let go.
awesome.
That's it.
I love that let go, man. Well, dude,
Like
I'm proud of you.
that's basically it because people are just scared of like losing the money and you see all the winners. Like this going back to my habits. Like one time when you were in the masterminds, I remember you sent a chart saying the more time you put in, the faster you get to mastery. And I was like, which habit can I make that can get me more time in, that can make me learn more? And at the time, I was reading Jared Stendel's book, and what I did was, okay, I'm gonna review the journals of everyone because I'm like, okay, so Ethan got very far very fast. Ethan works way harder than me. I know that, and he also reviews all the journals. So he's getting input on everyone does wrong and what he can improve, as well, right? If everyone has the same mistakes, he can also improve on them faster, right? So that's the thing I did. I reviewed journals from everyone every day. And I was like, okay, so this guy makes the same mistake as me. This guy makes the same mistake as me. Okay, this guy has a fear of losing. This guy needs to be in a trade all day. In the end, it all sums up to need to be in a trade and fear of losing. And which is FOMO or fear, basically. And I was like, okay, so I just need to wait for the probabilities in my favor and just click the button. That's it. Just let go. So that's why my biggest takeaway is let go.
I love that, dude. That's powerful. And like hitting on when you go through journals, you go through working with so many people, it makes you a better trader. It does. And that's awesome. I didn't know that you did that. So that's news to me. But dude,
Yeah, I do a lot of crazy stuff like that.
that's what separates, that's what separates legends from heroes, right? Like you can get from zero to hero just head down hard work, but hero to legend, you gotta get creative. So I respect that and I love that, man. That's awesome. That's the benefit of having a community like that, though, is because like
Yeah.
what other community has people that are actually submitting every single trade journal, having every single one reviewed, and people are actually serious. They're not
Investment.
just, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
the hive mind, and iron sharpens iron in ways that you could never. Whenever I created this, I would have never even thought of that. To be honest, I would have never thought that another student would read somebody else's journals. So to see these different ideas and different pathways blossom is beautiful, man. So thank you. And thank you for putting in
No
the
worries.
work, bro. Thank you for being awesome to work with and really just, like you say thank you, but I look at it like, hey dude, I was just here. I just held the lantern on the road. You had to go down it. You know what I mean? I didn't do shit
I
for you.
mean,
You had to make the
instead of
decisions.
taking like 5 years, it took like 1 year, half a year actually. So it's all on you. It's all on you.
Hey, we're a
It's
team,
your, it's
baby.
a teamwork. It's teamwork. It's it, yeah.
Hell yeah.
What Eraza did is nothing short of impressive, but I believe that every one of you watching can do it as well. So if you look down in the description, there is a link to where you can find out how you can become a funded trader in 12 weeks, guaranteed, if you qualify. Now, this is not for everyone. This is only for serious traders. So if you're not really going to commit everything that you have into this, then don't click the link. But if you're serious and you want to work with me directly, I'll leave a link down in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.